Hello friends, how are you all? Hope you are all doing good. Stay home, stay safe, eat healthy food, take more of vitamin C because the vitamin C will help in improving your immunity. Do regular yoga. Yoga will help you in improving your immunity as well as increases your oxygen flow to the lungs, also improves your blood flow and increases the stamina. Okay, today my topic will be blood pressure, high blood pressure. So what are all the yoga poses which helps to reduce the blood pressure and which helps to keep your blood pressure level in normal range, and what are all the pranayama practices and mudras. What are the reasons for high blood pressure? So first one is diet rich in salt, fat and cholesterol, and second one is stress. I tell you, most of the problems will come mainly because of stress. So always you should stay out of stress. And another one is hereditary. For many people, because of hereditary, their parents or their close relatives have blood pressure problem, they will inherit that. But according to me, if you practice regular yoga, even though if your parents or relatives are having blood pressure, you can control the blood pressure level in you. So you must make yoga as a regular routine in your life, because yoga can make wonders in your body and mind. Okay, so these are all the reasons for blood pressure. Today I will show you some poses which is helpful in reducing the blood pressure. So first posture is Sukhasana. Just fold your legs like this, okay, and keep your palms on your thighs and back straight. Then focus on your breathing. Inhale, exhale. So if you want, what you can do is you can keep your left palm on your abdomen and you can observe the breathing. So you have to inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts. It means that you have to inhale and exhale deeply. Take a deep inhale and complete exhale. I will show you. So this is called Sukhasana. So folding the legs and sit straight, this is called Sukhasana. Close your eyes, sit in a quiet place and do this deep breathing, deep abdominal breathing. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. It will completely calms you down. So it will release the stress in you. This is first pose, Sukhasana. And it is Sashankasana, child pose. I will show you that. Come to Vajrasana for that. Vajrasana is folding your legs and sitting on your heels is Vajrasana. So those who are not able to bend forward, what they can do is they can split their knees like this, a little wide, and take their hands back. Okay, make a fist in their right hand, hold it with left palm. Okay, inhale, slightly bend back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. So like this you can do for 5 deep breaths, and the last 5th breath, what you can do is you can stretch your hand like this and keep your forehead on the mat and relax for a while. Stay for 10 to 30 counts. Focus on your breathing, normal breathing. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Then slowly come to Vajrasana. So what is happening when you are bending forward, there will be a blood flow towards your head. So it will activate all your brain cells. It completely relaxes you and it gives you calmness and releases the stress. This is called Sashankasana or child pose. And the next stress relieving pose is Marjari Asana. Already your knee joints in one hip width distance, that is 1 feet distance. Okay, then take 1 arm distance and then 1 palm distance. Okay, stand on your palms and legs. Okay, then your back should be like a tabletop. Okay, then you have to inhale, make a curve in your spine and then look up. Then exhale, touch your chin to your throat pit and spine up. So like this, close your eyes and do the practice for 5 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. So after the fifth breath, what you can do is you can stay in this posture. Stay in this posture for 10 to 30 counts. Okay, 10 to 30 counts. So what will happen? So when you are giving continuous stretches, inhale and exhale. So what is happening? It will give you a relaxation in your hip region, lower hip region. So all the stress accumulated will be in your spine region. So it will give you a relaxation and stretch to your lower back. So it releases all the stress in you. And this is Marjari Asana. And the next one is Adho Mukha Svanasana. That is inverted V pose. I will show you that how to do. You are sitting in this Vajrasana pose. Okay. You keep your palm little forward. Okay. And then come to standing posture. Okay. Try to keep your heel down. Heels down. Okay. And bend forward like this. Okay. In the final pose, your body should be like inverted V shape. Okay. Actually, your head should come in between your hands, arms. Stay in this posture for 10 to 30 counts. So there will be a blood flow towards your head region. So what will happen? Because of that, all your brain cells will be activated and slowly come to Vajrasana. And it releases all the stress accumulated. This is called Adho Mukha Svanasana. And one more posture is there, that is Sedu Bandhasana breathing. For that, what you have to do is stretch your legs one by one. Okay. Then lie down in Shavasana. So this is Shavasana. Spread your legs. Okay. And palms facing the roof. Okay. Then focus on breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. So this is Shavasana. So even you can lie down in this Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes. There is no limitation for this Shavasana. You can completely relax yourself by doing this Shavasana. Corpse pose. Like it means that like a dead body, you are completely relaxing yourself. Each cell and nerve, body muscles will be relaxed. Only one thing is you should be aware of your breathing. You should focus on your breathing. Inhale and exhale. And one more stress relieving pose, that is Sedu Bandhasana breathing, that is bridge pose. So for that, what you have to do is join your legs like this and keep your palms side of the body and bend your legs. Okay. Then hold your ankles like this. Okay. Now inhale. Raise your abdomen up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So like this you can do for 5 deep breaths. So all the practices you should focus on your breathing. You have to take deep breath in and breathe out. So in the 5th breath, you can stay in this posture. So your chin should touch your throat pit and hold your ankles. So those who are not able to hold the ankles, what they can do is they can keep their palms firm on the mat and then raise their abdomen up. No problem. And stay in this posture for 10 counts or 20 counts or 30 counts. If you are not comfortable, slowly you come to Shavasana. Lie down and then spread your legs. Relax. So take a deep breath in, breathe out. Then slowly join your legs. Join your palms to the body and take your right hand above your head. Bend your left leg. Okay. And keep your left palm in front of your chest for support. Then stretch your left leg. Okay. This is called linear awareness. Always you should turn to your right side and then come to sitting posture. And next we come to important one, that is pranayama. So pranayama, as I told you, if you fill your lungs with complete oxygen, so all your body parts will be nourished with oxygen. So each and every part will do its function properly. So first, for high BP people, what are all the pranayama practices suggested? I will show you. First one is left nostril breathing. So for that, close your right nostril. Okay, then inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the left nostril. This is Chandra Nadi breathing, that is activating your Chandra Nadi. Chandra means moon. Moon means always cool. It has cooling effect. So those who are having high BP, you can see that their body will be heat. So what you can do is, if you do Chandra Nadi breathing, that is left nostril breathing, it will cool down your body and reduces the stress, and your blood pressure will be normal. Okay, so I will show you. Close your right nostril with your thumb and so like this. You have to inhale through the left and exhale through the left nostril. And one more practice is there. You have to inhale through the left and exhale through the right. That also you can do, either this one or that one. You can inhale through left and exhale through left, or you can inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Both are fine. I will show you that also. Close your right nostril. So you have to inhale through left So like this you can do for 11 rounds or 15 rounds. So this is left nostril breathing. And whatever if you do any single nostril breathing, you have to complete it with Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama is balancing the breathing. So I will show you that. This is Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, that is inhaling through the left nostril, exhaling through the right nostril, again inhale through the right and exhale through left, makes one round. So like this you can do for 11 rounds or 15 rounds, or even you can do for 5 to 10 minutes. So this Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama has no limitations at all. Anybody can do this practice because it will improve the lung capacity and it increases the immunity. Also it completely keeps you calm and it relieves all the stress in you. So this will keep your blood pressure in a normal level. So these practices are advised for high BP patients. Actually blood pressure is not a disease, it's an imbalance in our breathing. So you have to maintain your breathing level. So always take care of your diet and reduce the salt level, drink lots of water and eat healthy food. Try to avoid fat and cholesterol rich foods. So these are all the suggestions from my side for high BP patients. And coming to mudra. So mudra means in our earth we have 5 elements. Okay, air, water, space, earth and fire. So like this 5 elements are there. Similarly, even our body has 5 elements. Okay, this thumb represents fire, and this index finger represents air, and this middle finger represents space element, and this ring finger represents earth element, and this index finger, last finger, little finger represents water. So we have water and blood in our body, that represents this content, that is this finger, okay, little finger. and earth is our body. So our body has muscles, so this muscle represents the earth element. Okay, and the space is air, oxygen, it represents oxygen, and this index finger represents air element. Air element means gases present in our body. Okay, and this fire means body heat. So if there is any imbalance in all these 5 elements, we will get diseases. So how to control this? So we can control this by doing mudras. So today for this high blood pressure, I will suggest you one excellent mudra, that is Hridaya Mudra. This name itself is suggesting Hridaya. Hridaya means heart gesture. So for that, fold your index finger like this. You have to do the mudra in both the hands. Okay, fold your index finger, that is the air element. Okay, and keep it under the base of the thumb. Okay, and touch your tip of your thumb to the tip of the middle finger and ring finger like this. Okay, and give a gentle pressure, don't forcefully press it, just a gentle pressure, and stretch your little finger. Okay, and keep it on your thighs. Then focus on your breathing. Inhale, exhale. So like this you can do for 15 minutes minimum, maximum 45 minutes you can do this. This is called Hridaya Mudra. So this mudra, so how this mudra will work out, I will tell you. So you are folding. Okay, you are folding this index finger. What is happening? All the extra gases in your body will be released. Okay, and touching these 3 tips, okay, fingertips. Okay, what is happening? This, I told you, thumb represents fire, so your body heat will be balanced. Okay, so all the toxins will be removed because of this fire element. And this middle finger represents space, so it increases the oxygen flow to the heart. So this Hridaya Mudra, what will happen? It reduces the pressure towards the, it redirects the prana towards the heart. If it reduces the pressure, okay, in your heart entrance. Okay, and this ring finger earth element, what will happen? It balances your earth content, that is, it strengthens the strength of the heart muscles. So like this is the Hridaya Mudra. You can do this for 15 minutes minimum, maximum 45 minutes you can do this practice. So by doing this mudra, even this mudra will be helpful for migraine headache also. Those who have migraine headache and those who have depression, so those who have palpitation, so they can regularly practice this mudra. So this mudra is very beneficial mudra for blood pressure. So do all these practices, yoga sequences, pranayama practices and this mudra regularly, and take care of your health. Eat healthy food, drink lots of water, take more of vitamin C. Thanks for watching the video. If you find this video useful, share with your friends and relatives. Thank you.